Okay, I think you'll be able to see what I'm doing here. Mags do not just drop out on this one. Also, definitely want to do the old, just like with a single stack 45, get them all the way in the back. Okay, make sure that puppy is up in there. Kind of a funny bolt. It is literally a bolt screwed into the side of the gun with a loose floppy deal on it for your finger. And it does want to come out. You got to Loctite it, I imagine. Okay. Now, had a failure to feed on that very first round for some reason. So the way to extract something like that is you pull the whole mag and you cycle the bolt and you let the round fall out. Then you put your mag back in, slap, rack, tap. Not sure why, but the first round on these is not feeding real nice. I'll probably have to take this gun apart and play with it. But what I've been doing is just running it just like this, guys. I'm going to go for some rapid fire, see how it goes. Another failure to feed. I think we got a feed ramp polishing job coming up here, guys. Without a doubt. As you can see, exact same failure. Let the cartridge fall out, put one in, make sure it's seated. Considering the gun has not been shot, I see no real wear on it. It's just, looks like new old stock, to put it one way. It's like this gun's been sitting around, hasn't been shot. Most likely could you benefit from being taken apart, cleaned, lubricated, inspected. Basically, I just bought this gun, put some ammo in it, and ran it. Wonder if I can replicate that initial failure to feed there. Let's try that again. Put it in. Yep, that fed that time. So, bolt does not lock open when it's done. Just keeps shuts. I've got a couple of live rounds here I need to recover somewhere. But I'd like to look at the casings too that have been being shot, if I can find some of them. Let's go look. I think they fell down here because I want to see if they're deformed or malformed. Or that's another thing you might want to look at when you're first shooting a gun. What do the casings look like? Well, I'm seeing a shit ton of powder around the outside of the casing, which I never see with my pistol. So that's definitely different. Let's look at the primer strikes. Nice, strong primer strike. Look for extractor claw marks. Yep, pretty aggressive extractor claw. So it hasn't been shot much. It's still leaving good marks. Yep, here's another one. Powder mark all over it. Yep, see that one area with a powder mark? What that's telling me is that this thing has a pretty damn loose chamber, which might be why people say it'll feed any kind of ammo you give it. It doesn't care. It'll just suck it down. And that, now this is an old one shot from my pistol. There's no powder marks on the outside of that. So, interesting. So I'm definitely going to be taking the gun apart and inspecting it and looking at it. That'll be fun. I love doing that kind of stuff. But to give you a look at the primitive nature of this thing, you can just see just how primitive this beast is. Look at those wicked double extractor claws. Those things are vicious. And those pull them out and flip them right out of there. Yeah. There's the firing pin. Nice firing pin. The parts that matter are very serious on the gun. I mean, for a stamped metal receiver, this is pretty heavy gauge. Now you can see this is another thing. The bolt is just coming unscrewed. That needs to get Loctited. It comes with a little kit with a wrench and everything. I need to find the manual online or something so I can make sure that when I'm taking it apart I don't do anything super stupid and have a spring fly across the room or something. That would be no good. But yeah, as you can see, the fit and finish on this gun is very strange. This feels like a piece of blow molded plastic almost, you know. It feels like one of those, like when you're a kid and you got those old, those cheap plastic toys. It has that same kind of odd feel to it, but it's not brittle. You can see that it flexes, doesn't break. It looks extremely durable. It looks like you could just cram it full of dirt and crap and it would probably still run. Not that I want to do that to it. But you can see it's very primitive in its construction. It's wonderful in that regard. I think that's a beautiful thing. Got some sort of heat shield here. Probably a good thing. The thing probably gets smoking hot. It's got a good kick to it. By B. Miller Incorporated, Mansfield, Ohio. I'm wondering if there's a way of tracking down the antiquity of this thing, figure out how old it really is. It's probably from 2008, 2009 probably. These are brand new mags. Mags are very strange too. Again, that whole stamped steel mentality of, it just reminds me of Russia. It's like, if America made a gun like Russia made a gun, what would it be like? And maybe this is it. I like it though, I like it. It's got a good snappy recoil. And as you can see, I wasn't doing too bad on the groupings, even on the second one where I was just sort of blasting away. I hit the steel every time, no problem. So this thing is way easier to control than a pistol. And they do make 15 round mags for it. You can get 15 rounders. I found them. And you can buy these mags all day long. There's nobody hoarding these. They're sharing them. High Point owners share their mags on eBay and Amazon and everywhere you can imagine. Get your mag now, quick. So somebody must have bought a buttload of them somewhere, huh? But yeah, it's a neat gun, and one of the things I like about it is the balance point is real nice. You could easily shoot this single-handedly, just like a giant pistol. If it balances in your hand just like a giant pistol. It's nice and light. And it looks to me like once I figure it out, it'll probably be pretty easy to take apart and maintain too. Alright guys, it's enough of me rambling. Better go inside and